welded up this yz250 frame. There's been some pinholes over this side which we've welded up with pretty good success. Another couple of pinholes on the main down tubes here. This side here had a big, basically a rotten patch in it, so I've had to cut that out and I've plated it with a piece of 3mm thick, 10mm wide flat bar. I've tacked it in place, heated up with a map torch and just bent it to shape and welded it out. The rust and grease and oil that was internal to the frame tube has been, as the weld pool heats up, it pulls those impurities up into the weld and it results in these small bits of porosity, which you can see when we zoom in with the camera. You'll see there's a few points in here where it's a bit ordinary. However, you'll spend hours here chasing your tail, going over this and over it and over it, and you'll never get all that out. So, and this is a very complex part of the frame. It's not so easy as to just cut out a piece of tubing and replace it. It's the foot peg engine mount area, and it's pretty complex sort of fit up. So for what he wants to do with this bike, this is going to be fine. We'll just make sure we give it a good coat of etch primer to seal up these holes, and he's getting it powder coated. You can see here in this spot here where the metal was clean, the TIG welding was, it turned out beautiful. It didn't pull up any impurities into the metal, but you can see along the edge of where I'd cut it out here, there's a few small holes, and we've just had to call it at some point, so that's where it's staying. The guy that owns the frame, he'll be happy with that. He can just seal that up. Just used a little bit of TIG wire to manufacture a cable stay there. I think it's for the clutch cable. That one, it had been busted off the frame, so just bed up a bit of wire, tacked it on there. It's only just to retain the cable to stop it flopping out from the side of the motorcycle. So once that's blasted and cleaned up, it should be quite nice. This part of the frame is pretty much done, so we'll get this off the bench and I can start working on the subframe now. So you just asked me the question, why don't we just go and buy a new Yamaha frame? So the reality is it's a 30-year-old steel frame. Manufacturers usually, I don't know whether my friends check, but usually a 30-year-old frame is not something you can go and buy off the shelf. If it is something you could buy, it'd be new old stock and would be horribly expensive. So in this instance, we're just repairing the frame. If you have a look in here at the subframe, what we're going to do now is, you can see this crack in here, along here. So I'm going to get the TIG welder in here. I'm going to weld along here, weld that crack, and then I'll weld along where this bracket meets the frame here on the underside. Once I've done that, I'll try and straighten this bracket up. So I'll weld this crack up first. I'll get that done. I'll straighten the bracket. Once I've done that, I might put some strengthening weld under here. So if you come and have a look in here, you can see right here is where the crack was. So you might be able to see there was a crack that went across this area here, across there. So you can see that that's been welded up now. I've hit it back with the a flap wheel, or not a flap wheel, but a little disc wheel here. I've knocked it back, cleaned it up. So what I'll do now is try and straighten this a bit. If I can get it straight, then I'll look at just putting a weld in along this edge here as well, making it a bit stronger, maybe strengthen it up a bit. So you can see along this edge here, This here is nice and straight along here now. So it's straighten the whole thing out. There's a bit of a kick in here. We'll try and straighten that out. I'll hit it back from this side now. Straighten that out a little bit. It's actually looking pretty good. I might have to do, you can see the weld where I came through, I penetrated right through where the crack was. That's the original weld in the corner there. This is my weld here, so it's just come right through. It's fully penetrated this, so it'll be full strength. We've straightened out this piece here. This has still got a slight kick in it here, so if I can, I'll sit this flat here now. I'll give it a hit on the back side, try and straighten it a bit more, and we'll go from there. That's probably as good as you're going to get it, so you can see it straight across this way now, and through the other plane you can see it straight through that way through here, so straighten it up a lot. We'll go and tack weld it now, and we'll call that good. A little bit hot, but they'll do. So you can just see the tack welds I've just done. Well, not tack welds, they're welded on the bottom side here. So welded this bracket onto this tubing. You can see I welded along here and along this side here. So just straighten it out, it'll strengthen it up as well. And we'll see how it goes. That's pretty much it for the frame repairs on this yz250. These parts will be off for blasting now and powder coating.